I'll go ahead and start it. So if you guys want to introduce yourselves, let everyone know who you are.
Yeah, I'm Dustin, founder and CEO of Lecheek Nutrition Inc., Insane Labz, and all other stuff that we're doing, basically.
I'm Jason Nix. I'm the VP of Sales for Lecheek, Genomics, Insane Labz, and other brands too.
I'm Dalton Young. I am the Director of Sales for Innovative Formulations.
So
I feel like we look so sad.
Let's get one thing right, off the start. You guys are the original three that everything started with.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Where did you guys start? What was the very first point that you guys just decided to come together and there started Lecheek?
So pretty much, Jason and I, we had worked together doing like mall kiosks and things like that, selling like women's scarves to
massagers,
just all kinds of stuff. But
all kinds of stuff, yeah.
In between that time, I opened a store called the Vitamin Store, and we sold. It was mostly all natural herbs and like a wide variety of different products like that. But within that time, I hired Jason. Ended up coming to work there. Dalton was managing the store.
I just graduated and started working for you.
Yeah, so you were like 18
Yeah.
or something.
I remember the conversation. We were working out late at night, and Dustin comes to me. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to start a supplement company. I want you to jump on board with me." I was like, "I don't know anything about supplements. What are you talking about?"
So I mean, my bad, dude. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Cut me off, man. No.
Okay, so you basically just kicked it right off the bat. So I mean, like, did you have any idea running into it how anything in the supplement, industry, how anything worked, or did you just try it in the beginning?
Knew nothing. Hired a contract manufacturer that, honestly, I don't even remember who it was at the time.
Someone in the Northeast, wasn't it?
I can't remember. It was just like we kind of threw it together fast. Didn't know how to do a label.
The flavor.
Didn't really know.
It kind of started like us looking at products, noticing that everything was really similar, but like just different brands. So I think you were like, this can't be that hard, to just make my own blend and then find someone to make it for us. And I think that's kind of slowly went from there.
Yeah, and I think in between that time too, we were like really, like one thing we were knowledgeable about was herbs.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had a lot of like older women that would come in and want, what do I take for heart health, or, I have I'm a type 2 diabetic. How can I, help myself without, becoming a type 1 or whatever the case may be. So that knowledge helped a lot, I think, because that's something that you guys were, really in.
You made us do quizzes.
Yeah, we did quizzes,
make a test for us, and we have to take a test and
we did. Fenugreek,
do
what does it do?
Yeah.
Back then it was just fenugreek. It wasn't like the Testofen, and it wasn't for test. And women would come in and buy it for like increasing breast milk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what it was for. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was crazy. So you guys took tests over but hey, that's
is a
built
Lecheek.
your knowledge up to this point.
Right.
Awesome. So, okay, so you said basically you guys, you were at the store.
Mm-hmm.
So from the store, how long did you guys stay there? And from there, where did it progress to? And did you guys add anyone on? Or how long was it just you guys, just the three of you?
Well, I think it started with us just working out of the front. We'd be helping customers. I'd help a customer, and then Jason would be walking in the back of the store on a call trying to sell product. And then
Actually, when it started, me and Jason and I were at a mall.
Yeah.
And you were running the store, and you were trying to sell Melt, the product. That was the first product we came out with. Which was the
We
diet
went
product.
to the local GNC and like, "Hey, have you heard of Melt from Lecheek Nutrition?" Like, who the hell are you? What is that? So
then of course we looked at him like, are you kidding me? You don't know this product. It's the strongest fat burner ever, man.
It's this product. It's a great label and all. So.
Right.
So you guys were doing footwork. So this whole thing, that's how you guys were getting the product sold. You were driving, you were traveling, and doing footwork.
They traveled
We traveled all the time.
all the time while I stayed at the store making samples. We used to
making samples.
Yeah, we'd
We had to make
capsule in a
samples,
bag
that
and
was fun.
sample. It's funny because we didn't have like people we bought boxes. We went to like Home Depot.
Yeah.
Would buy bundles of boxes and just sit there selling product like out of the store.
And it said Home Depot on the side.
Yeah, all
and
the
stuff.
boxes at Home Depot, and
And they're like $4 a box.
We would spend like a week or two like making samples nonstop. Go to a show and give them away in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so depressing because like it took so long to make that.
a month and
So
a half.
that's one thing that we did do though, is off the bat, like right when we created it, I remember I made a phone call like 2 days after getting the product into Lone Star, which was like, they're like the second leading distributor, and got melt in there like immediately. And then we're like, oh man, like this is real now. All right, it's time to go. But we didn't realize what came with that was, you have to do all the footwork yourself and stuff like that.
I think that's one thing a lot of customers, or brands nowadays who start up, they want everyone else to do it for them. But like with you guys, you traveled everywhere. You guys are always on the road. I don't remember, you'd be back during the week a little bit, then leave for 4 days, come back, do it again.
Be meeting with distributions. We'd be going to like stores, doing demos.
Yeah.
So Dustin was like the only owner of any company that's ever probably done a demo at a store. So I mean, we were always on the road.
In fact, one of our employees that's here, we met him at a demo. He worked for a different company at the time, and then we just kept a relationship, just from us both putting the grind in. And like we just got, we ended up hiring him later on.
One thing I noticed remember from Lone Star is like when we first started, there was like I think 20 brands that came on at the same time we did, and we were told like a year or two later when we came back, we were the only brand that they still had. They had dropped the other 19. So I mean, and the reason why is because we bust our ass. We were always on the road. We were meeting stores. We were doing whatever we had to do to succeed. Failure wasn't an option.
So would you say it's not that easy?
It's very no.
to get everything going, to start from ground zero, it's not that easy.
No, because people always see, like a lot of people, they see like Insane Labz and they're like, oh, it's new or whatever. Well, we've been doing Insane Labz now for more than almost 2 years or whatever, but we've been in the business for 6.5. And they don't see all the groundwork and stuff like that we've
We're
done.
actually like a company that's actually accelerated because I've seen a lot of companies, heard a lot of companies, they didn't succeed till like 10 years in the business. And that's a long time without making like much money is 10 years.
Well, and what we've done too, like we've, I'm going to use a big word, but it's vertically integrated. I learned that from a guy. But we manufacture, we import, we do everything now. So in the span of 6.5 years to do that, like you have to have an incredible team, but it all goes back to really Dalton, Jason, and myself just really putting in the work and then going to those. Me and Jason sat in a Lone Star meeting, and I literally told him, I was like, dude, don't speak. I got this.
It's good because I didn't know what I was talking about anyway. So
yeah, well, apparently I didn't either because it sucked. Like it was rough. I mean, I had no clue about the wholesale side of the business or really any of that. I just knew the ingredients that were in the product, and I knew that I thought I had the greatest thing ever made. And then I went in with that confidence and came out with like not much confidence, but then 15 minutes later I had confidence again. Yeah. So
one thing about us is we always, we're going to make mistakes, but we've always learned from our mistakes and made it better. I mean, we've done meetings, we failed, but the next meetings we kicked ass. We've done shows, we failed. Next show we kick ass. We're the hardest working people at the shows. So I mean, we learn from our mistakes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people at these shows and as a social meeting other people and like, oh hey, how's it going? We go there to sell product and get our products out there.
Well, then we understand like, with Dalton running the store, me running the store by myself for a while before Jason came in. Like we understand the store side of it. We understand the distributor side of it. We understand the brand side. We understand the manufacturer side. Like we understand all that now.
We've been through like every different part. The store to the brand to the manufacturing. And I think one thing too, a lot of people, once if they fail, they don't want to keep going. They just kind of quit. But like, I would probably say like Melt was probably a failure at first. Like
failure is epic.
It was a failure.
The first couple products were.
Instead of like quitting there, you came out with Speed Extreme, and then you enhanced Melt to Melt Extreme, and then slowly advance everything up. And I think you
were doing our YouTube content back then, man. Yeah. We found it like me and
I know you showed me. Yeah, you showed me a video on YouTube, and it was you back at the store walking around the corner, and it was so official.
We had 3 different products. Like here's ours, so ultra concentrate. Look at these ones. They're protein scoopers. Or
this
something.
was like an Oxy ECA or something. But see, that was probably like a year in. So like to answer your question, how long we were at that store. So you picture about 200 square foot, and a lot of the stuff we did was at like my house and stuff. Like really at the time, I mean. It was a little over a year we were there.
Well, almost
2 years.
We finally built a wall to divide the store, and then we kept everything in the back. And
which you'll see in the video. Like if you go watch the YouTube video, you'll see kind of like the little wall that we
A
divided.
black curtain. I come walking through.
Yeah.
But we did that.
So we knew like YouTube content was gonna be big back then. We just didn't know what the hell we were doing.
No, not
It
at
was
all.
us three, and then we had Sophie to help us too. Cause
Yeah.
I remember Dustin like on important calls, running away from his daughter. She's like, "Dad, come here."
He'd have to run outside, and like I'd have to like
Walk her.
grab her and.
She'd be like screaming, beating on the door.
Yeah,
Get
I'm
me
so sorry.
They're like, yes, sir. Yeah, we got this. No problem, man.
But we went.
Yeah,
we
look
went
at
from
my home
there.
Started
Depot
a Lone
boxing.
Star, and Sophie's like in the background, "Dad."
Well, I think that's a good point, though. I think that's a thing that, you know, a lot of, like, now we see a lot of companies, they come to us and like, they just want everybody to do everything for them. But, man, we did everything from taping boxes to invoicing to shipping to...
There's no quick fix. I mean, you just got to
Well,
put the work
I mean,
in.
it was us three doing everything. Like I remember, we would try to make sales. If we made one, you would come in, you do the invoicing, and then we would tape it up, and then we would actually do all the shipping until finally we had FedEx picking
Post
up for
office.
us. I mean, yeah, bring it to the post office all the time. I mean, it wasn't easy. It was
The other thing
hard
with
work,
us
you know.
that's different from other brands, we had no connections in the industry. Like, usually someone who has a brand, they have a connection. They've worked with, at a previous brand, they've worked with Lone Star, Europa. We didn't have that. We just three guys, Harrison,
Or they're
Arkansas.
bodybuilders, or they have some,
Yeah, they have some
kind
sort of connection with stores where it's easier for them to get the product in there. We basically, I don't know how many times I had to spell Lecheek Nutrition or Lecheek or
Dalton
Lecheek.
actually says Lecheek in there.
I call it, Lecheek.
It was because people just would say it wrong. We're just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah,
just went with it, like,
whatever.
yeah,
Whatever you
we
want to
call
say,
it.
just go with it.
Just buy it.
Well, we went from there. Then we went to our first warehouse.
Which we call the Spider Warehouse.
Spider Warehouse, yeah, it was old. It was an old sign shop that you knew the owner of it. So we rented that, and it's funny too because we moved from the store, but you have a gym and you built a little room just because you had so much product. You built the gym, and we were actually switching on and off. Me and Jason, I would work 2 days,
right, yeah.
and Jason would work 2, and we just switching on and off, switching back.
And we had a snow cone thing too at that time.
yeah,
as well.
a snow cone car that I worked at some too.
Yeah.
we
Dude, I worked in that too, and we watched like Fresh Prince and
Bel-Air
Had
and
a
stuff.
snow cone car.
We had a
Yeah.
snow cone cart during that time. So we had a snow cone cart. We were doing, me and Jason and I were doing the malls.
Mall.
Do
We
you
were
do firework tents sometimes?
Yeah.
too?
That was before though.
That was before.
But we had, the gym and the tanning, obviously. Like, that's something that my wife is.
It wasn't.
butt out for a while.
I would say we didn't. It wasn't 100% of our time could go towards the brand because we.
But we ended up kind of making it, even
Yeah.
though it cost us money. We're just like, look, we can, like, we're totally failing right now, but we know if we stick to this, then it will be something.
Well, I had a job offer for another job, and I passed that up, and I was like, I feel like it's really gonna go somewhere. So.
I remember that talk. Like, yeah, he had your wife was like, man, we should take this job offer.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
dude,
it-
just
it was
give me
like-
3 more months, man.
Yeah, it was
Give me
like
3 more
insurance
months.
and everything, and I told Dustin about it. He's like, you can do what you want. I understand, but if you stay, it's really gonna grow. I was like, I gotta stay.
Yeah,
And
they
I
like,
didn't-
My brother-in-law, man, you got
Yeah, well,
hang in,
he's
man.
my brother-in-law.
how many people
It's family,
believed
you
in
have to
us
stay.
when we launched Lecheek? Probably 1, 2, 3. That's probably all that believed in it. Like
And
everyone.
if you go back and watch some videos with Dalton, man, like he's the same. Like we're all the same. Like we
Yeah.
wear our clothes. Like we're not suit and tie guys. And
Well, I feel like some people,
Our families
once
didn't believe in it.
You start
I guess.
coming, getting success. You start changing. We're like, no, we're just normal people who just worked hard to get where they are.
So, expand a little more on Spider Warehouse. That's intrigued me. So how did it earn its name Spider Warehouse?
Spiders.
So it's everywhere.
So keep in mind, this is before, we were doing any manufacturing, but this is where kind of the idea of manufacturing came out because we started realizing that there's a lot of, companies that really didn't want to put the work in, so we could middleman through other manufacturers to, make their brand. And we started expanding our knowledge on like labeling and
We eventually started doing that to where I started reaching out to do private labeling, getting
Yeah.
the brands to come in, and Jason was doing the cheek. So I guess that Spider Warehouse is where I kind of took my role as manufacturing, and you took yours as Lecheek, because we started bringing brands into private label, and then that's kind of where.
Well, it gave us like a little room because it was about 2,000 square foot or something like that. But
Roughly,
that,
yeah.
coming from 200 square foot to 2,000, man,
It was a mansion.
we thought we were balling out, man, for them spiders that was there.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
Yeah, we. I
They
remember,
they weren't the
Warehouse.
products.
I remember one time we were making calls, so I moved out into like our warehouse area. Well, I think Dustin did too.
I did, yeah.
And it was like 100 degrees and the air conditioning stopped.
Yeah.
So we were sitting in the warehouse and like sweating and just like dying. It was like 130 degrees in there. I think at one point, like I almost passed out. It was so hot.
I almost left out of there but I was like, I can't leave because I can't tell Dalton to go in that 130 degree thing, man.
Yeah, he's like, I can't leave because if I do, then it's like me leaving and Dalton's still here. So he stayed too, but
Dude,
man.
it was rough. I remember looking at you and going like, are you drained? Man?
Yeah,
like, I'm drained.
Then my desk is right by the shipping area, so when I'm trying to make calls, people are like boxing things up, and I hear this.
Ben.
Yeah.
And I'm on the phone. I can't hear a word that's going on. And
I think that's when we finally, once we moved there, Ben.
We FedEx.
Yeah, well, we decided to bring. You decided you talked to Ben and brought Ben on to do because with us trying to make sales, and at the time you made sales too.
Yeah.
So we brought Ben in to do all the invoicing and stuff.
that was our strength. We were so disorganized.
To be honest, that was the
shipping and
that
all
was
that.
probably one of the biggest helps.
I was doing invoicing at night.
Yeah.
Like, basically, we worked during the day, and then at night, I would do all the invoicing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
Well, we
come back
even
and ship it.
we even hand labeled some stuff too. So we'd come up at night and just hand label our product, to get it out the next day.
Oh,
and
no.
stuff.
When people bitch about labeling, I'm like, dude, we were taking
do that all the time.
on the trucks to be like, we don't have a dock. We were hand lifting the damn pallets and putting them on trucks and hand lifting them off.
Well, luckily we're all big guys because sometimes we would just like slide it off and like pick it up and lift it and bring a pallet jack.
It would break.
We didn't even have a
sometimes.
pallet jack.
No.
We've carried it off without a pallet
That's why when I
jack.
hear people complain, I'm like, dude, we're sitting at a freaking crappy little coffee table, or no, a card
It was
table.
a poker table.
I brought that
Poker
from home.
table.
Yeah, he brought that from home.
I had a duct tape chair.
I sat in a
At the
chair
end
with
of
no
that,
back to it.
Dalton's name was on every corner of the table. So.
Yeah. When I make calls,
We understand, Dalton. You
used-
love Killian, man.
I used to get nervous when I made calls. So I'd be on the phone and I would just write my name over and over. At one point, Dustin came back and said, Dalton, have you been in the back? I'm like, yeah, I've been making calls in the back. He's like, well, you're writing your name on every box, so I have to repackage them. So, yeah, I stopped doing that, and I started writing it on, like, paper, just over and over and over. Yeah. But
So to see where we're at now, I mean, is this the same vision that you guys had 5 years ago, 6 years ago? Did you think that now moving from Spider Warehouse to, on from there, now you have the manufacturing facility, and the size of this building is, it's almost hard to fathom for people that don't actually have like a mental depiction of square feet. It's a monster. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, is this what you had in mind, or have you surpassed what you...
So it's like 40 Walmarts or some crap like that. Like, it's huge. Mm-hmm. I don't think really, to answer that, like the vision overall, like of what we could do, because I remember, calling Lone Star and being like, dude, we just... I think they said that like we had 5,000 stores or something. Like, yeah, we got 5,000. We're going to do this. I mean, the vision. I think the dream was always big, but like knowing exactly how it would turn out, or like this building. Man, this was like something that, like even Jimmy and like we drove by this building, and I never thought that I would own this building. Like, this is kind of like a historic building in Harrison. I mean, so to know where we would be in this building, I don't think we could say that was the vision, but overall, the dreams are huge, and like they don't end here. I mean, they're
the success. I think the success was always there, just not knowing kind of what direction. I didn't really think. I never really pictured having a manufacturing facility. Yeah, I just always figured we were. I knew Lecheek would grow. I just never knew. I didn't know it was going to grow like it did with other brands and stuff too. And I never really pictured a manufacturing facility. But
if you go back and look at it, though, you can see how we were. Like at the Spider Warehouse, you can see how we were going toward it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, with with the private labeling, bringing getting other people's brands, we slowly worked into that, and you can see how we were working towards it. Definitely.
I thought our goal was going to be like growth through distribution. Like when we first started, that's our main thing. Like get Lone Star, get Europa, get all these big distributors, and then we'll grow from there. And see, like we're basically doing the opposite now. We're going direct. We're dealing with the customers ourselves. I really didn't see that when we first started.
Especially after the second day of starting the brand, we were already talking to Lone Star. So
I did see the manufacturer once we had issues with our manufacturer, like clumping and having to replace all those bottles and stuff, and them not taking care of it. Then
that's where
I know you don't like to rely on other people to do things. So.
No. So yeah, I mean, I guess the vision would be. I think our vision's really endless, man. Mm-hmm. It's just like knowing exactly where we're gonna go. Like I can't pinpoint like a location or whatever, but I think we just have a core. Like started, going back to the days of you basically, Jason, you were like working for $10 an hour and you were scared to leave because that was like a good income for you at the time, man.
That's, in our town, that's decent income
Yeah.
for our town, and to take a chance on a brand, a new company that you don't know if it's going to succeed or not, and take less.
You really know nothing about. You know.
And I didn't know about the industry, so it was scary, but this is a guy I trust, and I know he's going to put 150% into whatever he does. So
it goes back to like, I'm real big on loyalty, man. Like these guys were loyal from the beginning, and I know that they know I'm willing to do the dirty work. They're willing to do it, and I think that's something that a lot of the brands that, you know, when they have the concept in their mind, they just think everybody does things for them. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you just have to do stuff yourself and have, like, you know, you can only do so much yourself, but you have to have a team of loyal people that are like family. Like that's what we have. We have like a team of people that are family now, and it's not just like workers and stuff like that. We actually genuinely think about other people rather than just how much money we're going to turn this month, you know?
Well, it's like at the facility, you know, we have 100 people working there, or however many, but we, you know, I could probably walk through and name each person, but it's because you take the time to know them, and like I said, it's a small town, but everyone's family. Everyone, you know, puts 100% into whatever they do because they don't want to fail. Mm-hmm. So I think that, you know, that really is good, you know.
And I can't at the time. I don't think I could name everybody that works for us at Innovative right now, but it's just because like we've grown so fast. Mm-hmm. Like it's impossible, man. You know.
That's the thing that I take most pride in is seeing how something that us three started has affected so many people.
Yeah.
Like there are so many lives that our dream, our starting off hard work and doing the road and stuff like that is affecting a lot of families.
No, we've seen
to me
people,
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, thing.
I think that's something that you kind of forget about sometimes. But man, we've had, you know, addicts and people like that who just like literally like they've changed their life around because of. I mean, just I don't even really know how to say what it really is.
Well, I've actually talked to people who are like, "Hey, my brother works for you. You know, he used to be a drug addict, a drunk, and you know, he said since he started working for you guys that you know he's not doing it anymore. And you know, I know these people, and it's something. I don't know. It's kind of like it's a good feeling knowing that something that you know that you started and you know everyone we help grow, and everyone's changing. People's lives are changing because of it. So it's not just a job. It's
that's the thing I take most pride in. Is seeing that, because honestly, I don't think we ever thought of like having 100, 200 employees. I think it was just going to be like, oh, I get 10 maybe.
Yeah.
Have a Duck Dynasty and supplements. That's our goal.
Oh yeah.
So, but to see this, that's really cool. Cool mm-hmm. to see.
So that pretty much sums up the beginning story. And of course, this is going to be a several-part series. We're going to cover, you know, the manufacturing facility. We're going to cover, you know, the offices, the sales side of everything. But before we wrap this up, you know, let's give people what are your 3 top, you know, things for advice that you would give people for, you know, if you're just now starting out. Whether it be supplements, whether it be manufacturing, whatever it is, what would your top 3 business pieces of advice be?
So why don't we each give one? Because we all,
I know, as a team. You know, being on the manufacturing side, I've talked to people kind of where we started, and they kind of ask me that same thing. And I think my number one is you know, being an owner, you have to be willing to, like what they did, go out and visit the stores and tell them personally, honestly, about your product and try the product with them and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people now, they're like, you know, we've called a lot of places, we've done that, but no one's really willing to go out and do it. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things. You know, you might not have the best product, but showing up and meeting the store personally and telling them about it, that alone gives a store kind of like, you know, he believes in it that much to come and visit us. So I think that, you know, be willing to go out and, you know, to stores and talk about your product. I think that's, you know, on the brand side is a big thing.
Pretty much along the same lines. It's not an easy fix. A lot of people think that, I'll start a brand, I'll be rich in a month or 2. It's not that easy. You have to put the work in. You have to do the calls. You have to
Do the samples.
samples. I mean, there's a lot of nights we stayed up, maybe watch a football game and do samples all night. I mean, you have to put the work in. It's not going to be an easy fix overnight. You just got to put the work in. It's a very tough industry. I mean, you're basically competing. That's why I tell my guys, like, you're selling to stores that basically have spots for maybe 20 to 30 pre-workouts, and there's probably 300 or 400 pre-workouts or companies, or if not more. There's probably even more than that.
Yeah,
so it's a very, very tough market, and you just got to be persistent. You got to stay with it. You can't. You're going to get no a lot. I mean, we got told no a lot at the very beginning. We stayed with it, and then finally those no's turned into yeses, and you get the product in the on the shelves, and then we get reorders. We get new products in there. They start trusting you. So
no's the on switch, man. In reverse, it's on. Let's go. It's the on switch.
So yeah, it's not an easy fix. You better, if you're going to do a brand, stay with it. Do it long term. Be prepared to stay.
You gotta believe in it, man.
Exactly.
I would say probably, and this is something I maybe didn't even really know at first, but today I would probably use the word love, probably, actually, for, I think you have to love what you do, but you have to love the people that you work with, and you have to, like, you know, like when I say you care, you have to genuinely give a crap about the people that work with you and the people that are going to help you build it, because you cannot do it yourself. It's impossible. If you're going to have a team of 100 people, like I said earlier, I can't name everybody innovative, but I know I have guys that I care about that can name them and will go the extra mile for me, because, you know, like, I have love for them and their family. They have love for me and my family. That's the thing that's the hardest to find and here, and, you know, where we're at. We just have that. we have like kind of a magic component. I don't know if that might be a little discouraging to some business owners, but you know, I think you have to have a little bit of that in a way. You know, in the Christmas season.
Yeah.
Magic of
Merry Christmas.
Anyway, guys, thank you all for taking the time today to sit down and talk with us about this, and you know, hopefully we get some responses on YouTube and be able to talk with you all about it and sit down for another session, possibly sometime in the future, and you know, reminisce on this when we're even bigger than we are now.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
anyway, guys, I appreciate it, and we will catch you all later.
Thanks, dude.
Yep.